So today we're going to talk to you about film development inside of the dakis Unified Commerce universe, okay? Specifically for you photo retailers and labs. How to best practice and a live demo, just as the slide says. Let's get going here. My name is Ryan Fleury, by the way. I am just so that you know. My name is Ryan Fleury. I'm a manager of customer success over at dakis.
Wow.
And here we have our good
Patrick.
friend.
Yeah, Patrick, technical sales and product specialist, there to assist you.
Good stuff. So basically, I'm going to be giving you guys the demo, the presentation, and whatnot. And Patrick here is going to. What are you going to do, Pat?
Basically, trying to monitor the chat, although the chat is not working. So you guys are invited to send questions.
Yeah, basically, this has happened before. The chat.
Yeah, simply does.
Some applications have flaws.
Yeah.
Not ours though.
No.
some application have flaws. Use the questions if you want to ask us questions.
Exactly.
Right, and we're going to have a dedicated Q&A.
Exactly. Yeah. But you can keep your questions like along the way, and if they come timely with the matter that Ryan will be covering, I might relay them like live to him, but most of them will be there.
I like to keep it for a dedicated time.
Yeah,
okay,
exactly.
So basically, I'm going to hit you with my mission statement here. The point of the webinar, as I mentioned, is to talk about film dev inside of the dakis Unified Commerce setting. Okay, I spent a lot of time talking to a lot of you. A lot of us have probably spoken face to face already, either at trade shows, on the phone, elsewhere. We spend time talking about your challenges, both online and in store. One thing that I've started noticing, and you probably obviously have too, is film dev is coming back in a big way and has come back in a big way, right? So there's a lot of space in the retail landscape that is being given back to analog. Although digital remains important, analog has taken a lot more space. So our mission is to make a film developing product for you guys so that your customers can submit orders and that you can get these orders with detailed customer information, detailed order information, and to make it easy for you to set up. Okay. The idea also is to unify all your different silos, all your different points of entries, your CRMs, your in-store payments, your in-store order intakes, and all that, to put that into one single silo. So that means unified commerce, that means online photo solution, that means the POS and all of that. By taking all of this, we can help you greatly. Pat, let's get to the agenda for today.
Yes.
All right. So what I'm going to be showing you is a full live demo. So what that translates to is that I'm going to be wearing my customer hat where I'm going to be submitting a film dev order. And then I'm going to be wearing my retailer hat where I'm going to be managing the intake of that order and then managing that order from start to end inside of a workflow work job environment that is now available in your dakis account. After that, we're going to have a quick Q&A about specifically the demo, okay, followed by two technical lessons, okay, on how to configure film development and how to configure work jobs. So I suggest that you start brewing a pot of coffee right away because you might need it. I'm going to try and keep this interesting. I'll do my best, all right? Then we have a general Q&A at the end where we can just talk about anything. If you're open to it, I'm open to it.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
We can turn this into a hockey podcast if you want, but I don't.
We probably won't do that. No.
Unless Coach Silly is on the line, and I don't see him.
It's okay. It's all right. All right. So what we're going to be seeing today is how to set, as I mentioned, set things up inside the online photo solution from a front end and back end perspective. How to do production tracking using the workflows, the work jobs. This is new inside of my dakis. And how this all stitches together in unified commerce, unified workflow setting. Okay, what you're going to need as a dakis customer is going to be a My Dakis account. Okay, the My Dakis account is something that every dakis user has already. You're going to need the dakis online photo solution, specifically the photo factory. And most of you signed up to the webinar have it already. Okay, you're going to need the work jobs enabled, and whether you noticed it or not, every dakis customer has the work jobs enabled. Recommended is the dakis point of sale. Why is it important? Because again, we're wanting to centralize the ordering process, the store process, the inline, the online and the in-store, everything. We're trying to streamline that into one silo, and the dakis POS is kind of a critical part of that. And then some of you who know the Pro event are probably wondering why that's there. You're not, but a lot of you might. Okay, The Pro event is part of this presentation because there's another challenge with film dev, and that is getting your digital orders when scans are included in the film dev job, getting those to your customers, right? So a lot of you are going to be using WeTransfer, Google Drive. You can stop doing that now. With the Pro Event solution, it will soon be possible to upload the images into a Pro Event directly from the workflows and then send an email directly to your customers so that they can download the images and then from the Pro Event, order 5x7 prints, 8x10 prints,
Wow.
4x6. You
From your galleries.
Exactly.
Online.
That you
Wow.
configure. So order propose 4x17. I don't care. Just do any size print you can sell. All right. So we're going to take a look at this. We're going to see it in action. All right. So let me just get out of my PowerPoint presentation.
Sure. So what we're about to see is everything that is customer facing. In fact, most of you are not starting from scratch. You got sometimes a static page on your website or something. You're about to see like the rich content that we're bringing in order to take orders, already full orders, no more time spent on the phone, asking questions, time consuming, protocol. Right now, you're about to see something that will enable you to intake orders that are very specific and already priced and already paid for.
For a lot of
right?
Yeah. For anyone who has a dakis photo factory online photo solution, you can do this. Okay. So to get started with the demo, I'm on a page on dakisdemo.com. It's just like your typical landing page where you talk about film dev. We have a cute little button here dedicated to buying film. I probably want to place that elsewhere, but that's where it is for now. Okay. And then I have 3 steps illustrating the steps that you as a customer would take to submit a film order. So 1, place your order, package your film, and then ship it to the lab. Okay. Or drop it off. So I'm going to click on this button here and we're going to initiate a little process. So right now we're on the film dev page so that we can order. I, as a customer, want to develop and scan my print. So I'm going to click here and start it off. What type of film type do I want? I'm an average Joe. I'm going to take 35mm film. I'm going to take it color, but I want to make huge wall art. So I'm going to take the highest resolution. You see that added a $14 charge right here.
Careful, Ryan. HD is not for everybody.
It's for me. All right. Negative retrieval. I want to destroy my negatives because I hate negatives so much, but you could do any of these as well. Push pull, and I keep telling you this on the phone, whoever I've spoken to, you know that I say this. I will never understand what push pull does, but that's cool. All right. Then I'm going to add to cart. So those of you who are familiar with the Dakis Photo Factory, you already know that generally this would be a begin creation button. So through the settings that we have in the background, we're swapping out that begin creation for an add to cart. And when I click to it, we're going to bypass the page, the product creation page. So there's going to be no invitation to upload photos and whatnot. You're just going to obviously add your order to the cart. So now we're going to view the cart. Okay, you're going to see that everything is there. Okay, this is exactly what we asked for. We want to destroy the negatives, no push pull, scan quality is the highest because HD is for me.
Is
all
it?
right, it is. All right, we have color processing and 35mm. So now I'm going to check out. And this is like a traditional dakis order. I'm going to complete it because I want to show you guys how it works inside of the work jobs. Okay, so we're going to continue to payment. I'm going to select pay now. Sorry, I'm going to do pay in store. I don't have a credit card handy. I'm going to continue to review and confirm my order. There you go. My purchase is complete. My film dev order has made it to the lab. Now I'm going to shoot another hypothetical towards you. You ready, Pat?
No.
Okay. We are going to accept an order from the register. So right now,
In store.
in store. Yeah,
Okay.
right. Because as a Dakis customer with the POS, I have an active register. Okay, so this is new.
This is a new feature.
Exactly.
It's the same my dakis, but now you turn on the register.
Exactly. I turned on the register.
POS.
So we're just going to open this up here.
Wow.
I'm going to go to orders and I'm going to go to all orders. And I have this little create order button here. You're probably all familiar with this already. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to type in film dev. Okay, it's going to show up. There it is. We're going to do develop and scan one more time. I'm going to click here. and the options are going to pop up.
Ah,
All right.
the same options as we saw before.
Yeah, the same options. It's all talking to the same database. Okay. So Pat's a little fancier. He uses disposable cameras. Okay.
I'm a pro.
He's a pro. Standard resolution because HD is not for him. He hates negatives as much as I do, so we're just going to say.
I like negatives.
Good for you.
Everybody say I'm always negative.
All right, we're going to close this. So this is the order with the options. Okay. Right now we're going to pay. Oh wait, first thing I need to associate this order to Patrick.
Okay.
Sorry, excuse me. I'm just going to look for it here. We're going to do Patrick. It's going to look for Pat as a customer.
Purchase history.
He has a purchase history, exactly. And now we're going to pay. Okay, Pat, you're paying cash.
Let's say.
Let's say. All right, we're going to do a cash payment for the total amount of $24.15. We're going to pay. The register is going to pop up. Pat is going to pay me $25. That's what he's going to tender me, and we're going to complete the payment. All right. So at this point, if I had a receipt printer, I would have printed it out, and there you go. Be on your way, sir. Your film dev is on the way. He could get an email, all right, which I could actually send to you now or cancel. I'll send you the email. All right.
Send me an email.
It's all done. Now the transaction from the POS side has been completed.
Oh,
okay.
That's your email.
You got it already. Neat. So now the next thing we're going to do is check out the jobs. Okay, this is what we're here for. So I already have a filter set up. So this is showing us the jobs that have fallen into the work jobs, the workflows. Okay, we have these two new orders that were placed. I'm going to assign it to our employee Anthony, and I'm going to assign this one to Patrick. To Matt, excuse me. I'm going to assign it to Matt. Okay, you can further filter this to see, what employee is doing what. I'm just going to leave it like this, but I could filter by assignee if I wanted to.
Oh, that's fancy.
Yeah, we're not going to do that. Okay. And then you can start setting the job status. So this is one view you can look at. Another view you can look at is by looking at the film development workflows right here. And then you can start passing your order over from column to column, from step to step. Okay, so this order here is going to go to film received. Notice the client notification prompt came up. That's because this system is automatically sending out emails to the customer saying, hey, we got your film that you sent us by mail.
Oh, really?
Right? Well, maybe you didn't get that yet because maybe that's not yours. Okay, and then you keep on going, so on and so forth. Develop film, that is a strange one to have a notification on. That's probably just me practicing. Okay, then we get to this image upload one, okay, right here. So what I'm going to do is click here to upload some images. See, so I already had this one pre-populated with some images that I put in there. So basically I can click here.
I've got that notification. There's an update on your order.
Oh, very good.
Hi, Patrick Gauvin. An update has been made. The film development has been updated to film received.
Awesome. So I've added the pictures. Okay. As I said, this is a little bit of a work in progress. So the only thing left to do now is to assign this job to the customer. Those wires aren't touching right now. It'll take a couple of weeks before that's ready. Then when you send notification, your customer is automatically going to get an email saying, hey, go to the Pro event, download the images, create 4x6s, 5x7s, 8x10s. Now, by the way, the 4x6, 5x7, 8x10 process can also be included in the order intake from the get-go. It's just I chose not to do that. Okay. And then you keep on going all the way to the end, okay, until you get to job completion. So I can do the same thing with this one, and so on and so forth. Okay, and I can also finish up the jobs by simply doing done and send my emails out. Okay, so that's the quick demo of how I was able to take my purchases, associate them to work jobs, and then go through the process of producing the film dev essentially and sending out the automatic emails. So that's a frictionless process, right? The emails were sent out. You didn't need to send anything out proactively. All the customer information was acquired, so on and so forth.
There's Phil Grisham asking if you can rename all those options to match the product offering. Like the
absolutely.
The high, low,
absolutely.
Pro resolution.
Absolutely. Why don't you talk about some of the questions that we have? I need to change my layout. I'm going to go back
many,
to the
but there's Phil wondering, is Pro Event instead of Dropbox extra cost to us? Well, you need the Pro Event gallery once you're at delivering the digital file that way. So there's a little cost for the Pro-Raven gallery, as it's always been.
Yep. Let's keep going. We'll get to the Q&A after. We'll revisit that question, Phil, but
Yeah,
it's a
sure,
good one.
sure.
It's a great question.
Yeah.
Okay. So the operational benefits, as you notice, there are fewer manual steps. Did I ever send out an email proactively? I didn't. The system took care of it for me. So you probably have a couple of emails in your pocket right now.
Yep.
Easier training. It's a fairly easy process. Wasn't set up to share with your employees and future employees and whatnot. I mean, the onboarding for the employee is fairly simple and straightforward. And reduced errors, and that's also a super important point. After speaking to you, I realized that, customer name, clarity, the email address for the customer may not match on different systems. Well, in this case, in the unified commerce solution, everything is in the same silo. There are no mistakes, unless the customer made a mistake at time of intake, or there's a mistake made by, say, a clerk. But all that stuff can get corrected, and just once, not many times. Okay. Why this matters for film. Okay, so the film volume is increasing, so this makes it easy. By film volume, I'm meaning like the number of orders that are coming through, so it makes it very easy. My customer had to submit the order to you, the retailer. Okay, the manual processes don't scale. That's true when talking about the web PIM. When I saw the first examples of this in our system was back in 2020 during the pandemic. Let's not speak of that again. And it was a retailer who started creating film dev inside of the web store, alongside the cameras, alongside the lenses and all that stuff. And that was very complicated, okay? Because you have to build out every product to be a variation and a declination of what film type and color, black and white, push, pull. Like, you're talking about hundreds and hundreds of SKUs.
Yeah.
What I'm going to show you is how to build hundreds and hundreds of SKUs by building 2 SKUs. It's going to be a lot simpler. Okay.
Easier to maintain.
Easier to maintain. Okay, so the demo recap, just to go back on what we've done. We placed the order online, we placed the order in store, and we showed you one workflow that led to the completion of the job. All right? And I think now it's time for the Q&A.
Is it?
It is.
Got a question from Nigel. Can deposits be taken on the system, or is it full payment only?
You can take partial payments.
We can take partial payment.
Yes. So that means that, like I can see your brain is going, Nigel. I mean, you can have a large job, and let's say that you only want to charge 50% of it. So I mean, input the customer's name inside of the POS, and take half of the payment, and then on job completion, they can owe you the rest, right? By online, by in-store, by whatever method.
There's Dan also asking question. Dan is the new owner of Photosmith.
Dan Deering.
Yeah,
hey,
he's
Dan.
got a large, he told me he got a large business,
Okay.
film dev. So he's wondering if the dashboard gets a little, like, very crowded, I guess, if you get a lot of orders, like what we just saw.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you need probably fewer steps. Like, it's up to you to determine what your workflow will be.
Yeah, it can be a very simple workflow, right? Like receive order, do stuff, finished. Like it can be as simple as that, and that's totally up to you guys to decide. I'm not here to tell you how to do it. In fact, you probably know much better than me what to do.
Exactly.
Right.
So what you just saw is an example on how Ryan wanted to work these work jobs.
Yeah.
So it's totally up to you.
Yeah. What else I want to say about that? So you're probably talking about the Trello board layout, Dan, where we were dragging items from left to right. There's a different type of dashboard, which I showed at the beginning, where you can use filters. So you can filter out, for instance, the assigned employee.
Yeah.
You can filter out the steps that you're on. So let's say that you, as the manager, want to see all the steps that are on, that are waiting for film, right? So you'd still be stuck on that first step, which is order received, and you haven't received the film yet. So you can just take a gander and you can look and start asking questions after the fact.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe reach out to the customer. So it's easy to be able to filter through the orders and the work jobs using the filters, right? So it's just a question of using it and getting comfortable with it.
That's it.
All right.
Mm-hmm. What else? What else? A percentage charge to us on this? Well, that's the online photo solution. So that's already there. You can already start using it if you've got the OPS in your subscription, obviously. If you don't, sales@dakis.com. But for the ones who's got the online photo solution, yes, it's like selling a photo product, in fact. So there's the same commission rate plans that apply. So
Yeah.
it's either 7%, 5%, or 3%.
Yeah.
Most people in the chat are on a 5 or 3% because these are the good students. So
yes,
you can.
successful,
But think about the time you're saving on the phone, the time you're saving managing your workflow, editing emails, manual emails to your customers. So it's thing you work.
Yeah.
And plus the exposure that you got with a real good landing page that will rank in search engine because it's got the rich content that you're gonna want to create on your website or ask us to create on your, if you got the co-op website, right?
Yeah, I want to touch a little bit on also the online photo solution plans. And I have a little story about a retailer out of Toronto who accepts hundreds upon hundreds of rolls of film a week, right? So a customer like this who has the online photo solution and then starts using the online photo solution for film dev is obviously going to see a giant increase in revenue. So let's say the average order is like $20 and they're getting $500 a week, 500 rolls of film a week. So you're talking about $10,000 worth of sales. So that's going to substantially increase the orders that are commissionable on the online photo solution. So be mindful of that, watch your sales, and maybe think that it might be time to switch your online photo solution plan so you end up paying less in commission.
That's
right.
Yeah.
So that's something to be mindful for.
Yeah, good point.
Go Habs go.
Also.
Go Habs go.
Yeah. Could it work, and how is it going to work for the customer who want prints out of the scan?
Two ways. Okay, you can create an option, okay, which I didn't do here, but you could create an option that says I want no prints. I want one set of 4x6s. I want two set of 4x6s. So that could be an option that you bake right into the ordering process. Or alternatively, using the Pro Event solution, you can create a set of print sizes that you want to offer.
Yeah.
Right. So one thing you're going to do is create digital downloads at a $0 value because it's implied that the digital downloads are part of the service.
Exactly.
Okay. And then
they are password protected to, I don't remember who, like someone's question was asking, are the galleries? I think
they're not. Yeah. Okay, Mike. I understand why you're asking that question. Let's finish this one up though.
Yeah.
Okay. You're going to create your 4x6s, 5x7s, anything that's printable. Great. Go ahead. Put that inside of the Pro Event. You can conjugate it like you would any other print application that we have. So say the Photominator, you can have standard prints, large prints, standard glossy, standard luster. There's a lot of different ways of setting it up. Do the same thing with the Pro Event so you can generate more sales with prints. That's it, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
All right.
Yeah. Next question.
Next question. Are we sending the film to, or are you developing the film?
We don't. We're not a fulfiller. We don't do that.
We're not a fulfiller. Maybe find a fulfiller in your area and take orders and do business.
Who asked that question?
It's actually Angela Patrick.
Hello, Angela Patrick.
Hi, Angela.
We don't offer fulfillment. Like we offer the means and the methods for you to get the orders, to collect payment, and to get organized. As far as the fulfillment, yes, for sure someone in your area can do it.
Yeah.
Or if you're an IPI member, I mean, get on the forum and find someone who can help you out.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. The IPI network.
If you're PhotoSource, ask someone from PhotoSource. If you're Pro, ask someone from Pro.
Yeah. There's Phil who'd like us to order from a phone, but I guess it's going to be hard on that webinar.
Yeah, that's not going to happen right now, Phil. But
maybe use your phone and go on dakis demo, and it's already there. Like Ryan just
yeah, go to dakisdemo.com, check out store services, open up Film Dev. Avoid the first button, which is buy film. Go to the second one, which is order Film Dev.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Sure. All right. So I think it's pretty much.
Oh, hey, that being said, point of sale would work on a phone.
It does.
Shameless plug.
It does. And the My Dakis also, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Because now if you're assigning work jobs to users, I know many of you are sharing the same, like one user in the My Dakis. Now it's time to add users to your My Dakis, right?
Whole different conversation, but yes.
Yeah. So think about it. So I guess, at this point you can carry on with the more nerdy.
Anything else pop up?
How would you handle mail orders? Well, you describe the process on your website. That's a question from Tony Wiggins.
Yeah, okay. So what I've seen often is, hold on. I'm going to the dakis demo page here. Okay, so I have these steps here. So the 1, 2, 3. So step 1 is place your order online, or alternatively place your order and pay by mail, right? So if I click on here, this would open up a form. It's a garbage form. I just made something to have something. I apologize. I did my best. Okay. All right, so this would be the form. So the customer could email that out, but I mean, the idea is to get people submitting orders proper online rather than mailing it in with like mistakes and their names and their email addresses and stuff like that. Step 2 would package your film, so there'd be some instructions. Instructions such as use bubble wrap, if you need to put in an envelope, make it clear, write your order number on it, stuff like that. It's up to you to determine what that is. And step 3 would be to affix a shipping label onto it and send it to you. Okay, so what I recommend people do is that they create a sort of shipping label that they can print out, complete.
Wow.
And yep,
Yeah.
and then stick onto the box, stick onto the envelope, and send it in directly.
And as a retailer, like, how do I get such a good-looking web page on my website?
Call it Patrick.
Yeah.
No.
Sales at dakis.com.
Yeah, it has to do with your subscription level service. If you're DIY, I mean, you can pay a one-time fee and we can set it up for you.
That's it. It's what, 2 hours of already billable work?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
2
so
hours
I'll
of billable
quote
work,
it and you return it and we do it for you. And if you're a co-op, well then ask webdesign at dakis.com.
Get us the text.
Or you can also upgrade your subscription from do it yourself to co-op service. I think it's what, $40?
Or completely redesign your website.
Oh, that's even better. Okay.
All right, so that's possible. Are there any other questions, Pat? I think
yes.
at this point we should maybe save it for the Q&A, and they're pretty short.
Oh, there's Jacob asking.
Hey, Jacob.
Hi, Jacob.
Sorry about the lightning.
Yeah. Sorry, the box here is regarding digital file storage. Will there be an individual time limit for the customer or an overall data limit for us, the retailer, in the Pro event? A big reason I use Google Drive is so I can control how long a customer files are available to myself.
Yeah, so yes, the answer is yes. There are settings now inside of my dakis that allows you to determine the time that a file will stay saved for product X and product Y. Service type X, service type Y, I'm talking about photo prints and photo factor and whatnot. And as far as costs, there are different tiers to the Pro Event solution. So of course, like the higher the tier, the more storage you get. And the lower the tier, the less storage you get. So keep tabs on that. Pat's the guy to talk to, all right, when it comes to that.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's pretty affordable, like the Pro event.
Well, considering the amount of film intake you're going to get, I think it's worth it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
On top of that, the differences I find between Google Drive and say WeTransfer and stuff like that is that Google Drive is not going to have that ability to order a print directly from its application.
Oh, that's it.
Whereas you do, and it's right on your website and on your store.
And it's more manual work as well.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
Michael asking if the Oilers lose to the Ducks, does McDavid leave the Oilers?
Well, he's not going to Toronto. Who wants to go to that dumpster fire? Tony.
Fair answer. But good question. I like it.
Right.
Yeah, that's the spirit.
Okay. I think we're going to move on. If there's any other questions, we'll cover them after. All right. Thank you so much for the questions. Keep them coming.
Yes.
All right.
Make this interactive. Otherwise, I'll fall asleep because we are jumping on the very nerdish part of the demo,
yeah. And
which is how you build all that in your dakis.
And I might have just started Adobe Illustrator by mistake.
Oh boy, so I'm gonna have to speak longer because you entered a loophole on your laptop.
Yeah,
well,
there you
that's
go.
Nice. Are you ready already?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Okay, so share your screen.
All right, cool.
Do that live demo.
So, disclaimer. So we're going to learn how to build film development products and configure work jobs. The disclaimer. We're going to get technical. We're going to be going between old dakis and new dakis. Unfortunately, that's still a thing, and we're working towards bringing everything towards the new dakis. What else? We're going to be diving in. We're going to be doing boring stuff, but trust me, it's going to be worth it, and you're not going to have to do this often. All right. So let's get bored together. Woo!
Exciting.
All right. So we're going to build a film development as an online product. Okay, so of course the objectives to sell more of it online, to collect all the required customer choices and to price things accurately, and to produce clean work orders. We pretty much already showed you that during the demo. Okay, the configuration, it all happens inside of dakis. Okay, it's built using a photo factory. And of course, services are different from the retail products, and we got into that, right? The gigantic matrix that you're going to have to build inside of the web store versus the two products you're going to have to create in Photo Factory. Yeah. Chef's kiss.
Yeah.
Okay. Before we get going, I want to go over. Excuse me. Let me have a little sip of water.
Yeah. Because I'm not doing this.
Before we get going, I want to go over some core definitions, some things that I'm going to be touching on. We're going to be talking about categories, or as I like to call them, parent categories. It's a top-level container for related services where specification groups and specifications are defined. There's the subcategory, which represents one complete service and contains products, option groups, and pricing. There's the specification group. It defines a primary dimension of a product or service. It's traditionally used for things like orientation and size, number of images per template, things like that. In the service setting, we're going to use it to define the type of service and the scope of it. Film dev with scans versus film dev without scans, okay, things like that. And the option group is a collection of related choices that represent one required customer decision. Film type, 35, 120, 220, disposable E6, just an example. An option would be that specific 35 millimeter, 120, et cetera, et cetera. And the mass pricing table is one of two pricing methods in Photo Factory that calculates the final price based on specifications and selected options, which is ideal for services. All right. So Pat, I think you had some ideas about the types of services that could also be covered aside from film dev. Why don't you talk about that while I get set up?
No, not really. I think retailers know more than me, so you can always submit examples. But yes, anything that comes with a base price, fixed price, and that you want to add on like some options on top. Mm-hmm. You could think of maybe camera repairs, like for preventative maintenance that would include sensor cleaning or not, video transfers. Any service really that you offer can be configured in your dakis right now and posted on your website catalog.
Yeah, you can get creative, right? It doesn't just need to be things that require a deliverable digital image.
That's it, and you can even think of something and submit it not in the chat, but as a question. So I'll share with the group.
Right. All right, so I have my cheat cards here. We're going to build some film dev. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is that we're going to start setting up categories and subcategories. Now, a quick disclaimer about this. I'm going to set up a couple of dummy categories in this account, but I've already done the work so that we can save time. Okay, so once I create the dummy categories, we're going to jump into something that's a little more complete. Okay, so I'm going to go to the catalog. I'm going to go to gifts, and I'm going to go to products. This is bringing us to the Photo Factory. Okay, this is my semi-completed category we're going to work on after. So I'm going to create a new dummy category. Okay, I'm going to call it Store Services. I'm going to save. So now I've created my category. Okay, it's going to be all the way down here at the bottom, my parent category. Okay, I'm going to create specification groups. So I'm going to go here. I clicked on edit. Here, I did that a little quickly. I'm going to click on edit for Store Services. Okay, right here. And then I am going to go here to create a spec group at the parent category level. Okay, so that would be called film development. Yeah, I'm just going to call it film development, and I'm going to save. Perfect. So I created my group. I need to populate what's going to be inside my group. Specification values. are going to be develop and scan, as well as develop, sorry, I went to edit as opposed to create new. So I'm going to go to new specification value. I'm going to create develop only and save. So check. We've created our specs inside of our group. We're ready to go on to the next step. Okay, give me a second. Okay, we're going to add a thumbnail. Okay, I've already uploaded quite a bit of images here, so I'm just going to go select a thumbnail. If you want to upload your image, you'd click here and select, but I've already done it. So for the store services, I'm going to select my image, which is right here. And now I am done. Okay, let me just get to that dummy category one more time before we go into the one that I started baking. We're going to go into show subcategories now for that store services category we created, and I'm going to create a new subcategory. I'm going to call it film development. It could also be scans. It could be photo
Video
restoration,
transfer.
Video transfers.
Camera repair.
We're here to talk about film dev, so we're going to do that.
Yep.
All right, we're going to add a thumbnail. We're going to add the thumbnail the same way that we've done it on the parent category. We're just going to go here, add the thumbnail, which would be here. Nope, sorry. And add the thumbnail. Sure would be cool for you guys to have all these assets to be able to do it, eh?
Mm-hmm.
On your own, save you some time. Sorry, I don't think I got that ready for you though. Maybe next time. All right, so now I've done that. We're going to go skip ahead to the category that I've already prepared for you so that we can start creating more film dev now that we have our categories and subcategories set up. Okay, give me 1 second. So I'm going to show you quickly that we have the specs set up just as we did before. Okay, so the category is good. Now we're going to go into the subcategory and finish the job there. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is that we're going to build some options. So you see, I've already built some options here. What's left out is scanning. So we want to create a scan quality option group. We spoke about option groups earlier. I'm going to click on edit. I'm going to create a new option group right here, and I'm going to call it scan quality. Okay, so you're going to see this here. It says charge on each order and charge on whole order. Charge on each item, pardon me, and charge on whole order. For you guys, charge on each item is what you want to do, okay? And then you have this checkbox here. This is actually very important. You want to check the top box that says this option can be selected before starting the order. You're going to have to do that every time you create an option, okay? And then you're going to click save. So we've created this new option group. Now we need to populate the options. Okay, so I'm going to create 3 options, which are going to be standard resolution. And I'm going to add a thumbnail, which is going to be the egg. Now I'm going to add another option, which is going to be medium resolution. That sounds about right. Medium resolution scans. I'm going to add the check, and save. And now I'm going to add another option, and it's going to be large resolution. Is that what I did? The Papa Bear? Yeah, large resolution scans. We're going to add the thumbnail on the next page. There you go. And save. We've created our options. Ain't that awesome? Okay, next thing we're going to do, Pat, is we're going to create a product. It's time to create the product. Okay, so we're going to save this. We are going to go into this subcategory, and what I'm going to do is click on the number 1. This brings us to all the, it brings us to where your products would be stored. If you're familiar with Photo Factory, you already know what this is. Okay, we're going to create a new fixed product. I already created one for develop only. I'm going to create one now for develop and scan. So I'm going to start with the specs because we're going to define what the product is. Okay, I'm going to do develop and scan, and I'm going to save. The next thing I'm going to do, and this is going to sound weird because we don't want to create a Photo Factory product, you still need to create a page because it is a Photo Factory product. So, I mean, even though we're not going to that create page portion on the front end, you still need to do this step or it will fail. If you don't do this step, it will fail. Repeat after me at home. All right, we're going to create the new fixed page. Simple. We're going to save. That was easy. We're done. Okay, the next thing is for this thing. Okay, so this is going to be develop and scan. There you go. You can put in a description if you want. The SKU, we're going to add the thumbnail for develop and scan. Right here. It's going to be the dude at the computer having the time of his life, looking at his digital scans. You can use tags if you want. Okay, now this is a very important part here. We're going to click on the checkbox, which is prevent editing by client. The reason why this is important is that this is the checkbox that will prohibit you or prohibit the customer from going to that page that will, here, just use my charger. Yeah, sorry, Pat is out of battery. So this checkbox will prohibit the begin creation process, okay? Here you go, bud. Thank you. It will prohibit the begin creation process, and this is what's going to enable you to just go straight to cart, all right? Then once this is done, you can create, say, I'm going to put in a SKU too, because I'm a SKU freak. Film dev with scans. Here, Pat's going to step in front of the camera for a second. He's trying to be subtle. And safe. Wow. Okay, so there we go. We've created the develop and scan and the develop only. And to be honest, that's about it. That's how you create the film dev as a product. All right. Pat, did you have anything you want to add to that after charging the computer?
It's simply not charging because we don't have the same.
Oh, okay. Well, good luck with that.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So tell you what, while Pat is going to go get his charger,
yeah,
you're going to have to humor me for a second while I get out of this and get back into the presentation. All right. So the operational outcome of what I just did is that it's going to provide you with clean work orders. All right. So because all the options are spelled out and all the specifications are spelled out, and the customer had an easy time placing his order, everything is going to be laid out nicely. Faster intake, as you saw before, when I placed my order, everything was laid out easily. It was very fast for me to submit as a customer when I had my customer hat on. The only thing that made it a little longer is that yep. I kept talking the whole way through, but that's what I do. Okay, and fewer errors because the customer keyed in everything themselves. Yeah. And the options are defined. And
that's it.
That's awesome.
Well, is there a way to customize a message in there? Like if you receive something that is damaged, or is it still, because that's a question we got earlier. So in that customer journey, is there one step you could drag that would send a message saying, okay, your file is damaged, we can't really work with that film or something?
Well, that's a good question. I mean, you could set up a step, I guess, which would be special notification to customer inside of the work jobs.
Maybe.
And when you drag it over, it would just send an emails like, we need to contact you about the state of your order with like some sort of generic message.
Yeah, and that work job stays stale. Yeah, until you.
Exactly. And then when you drag it over into that step, I mean, you don't have to send the email. You have the choice, right? Send, don't send.
Yeah.
So don't send it. Or, I mean, this might be one of those times where you're going to want to reach out to the customer manually.
Manually, yeah. But that was a very good question.
Okay. Yeah. So beyond film development, we did talk about this earlier. Other things we can configure would be photo restoration. So you'd figure out the options of how you do photo restoration, like I guess the quality of the original photo, the level of damage, the size, and things like that. And then you can use the options to determine how you'd set the price of the photo restoration. Scanning, shoebox scanning, slide scanning. Okay, so dev and scan, shoebox scanning. Develop only, slide scan. You understand? So you can use the specs to build different scanning types. Okay, why this model scales? There are fewer products to manage. As I said, giant matrix of web store products versus 2 products that we just created here inside of the photo factory. Centralized pricing logic through the mass pricing table, which I realized I didn't show you, and I'm going to have to go back and do that. And it's easy to expand on this with new services. So it's easy to add photo restoration. It's easy to add scanning. It's also very easy to make mistakes, and it's forgiving. Okay, so what I mean by easy to make mistakes, if you make mistakes is what I meant to say, the system is very forgiving. It allows you to like wedge another option in there, another option group or another specification group. Whereas when you're using the web store, I mean, good luck, you're gonna have to pretty much start over.
And
so
yeah, that links to a question, Stephanie, who has, how can we send an invoice for additional charges if it was missed?
Could you care to elaborate on that, Stephanie? Okay, I'm going to show you guys the mass pricing table. I apologize. So we're going to go back here. We're going to go to film development. First off, we need to publish this item, which I didn't do. So we're going to publish it. Sorry, guys. Now it's available on the webinar website. Okay, I'm going to click on edit for the subcategory. I am going to click on mass pricing table, and I'm going to click on edit pricing table right here. Can't believe I forget this step. That was important. All right, add spec. So you see here you have your film development, styles, develop and scan, and develop only. So let's just go with develop only. I'm going to make up prices. Let's say it's $8 for a slide of film, for a roll of film. Don't laugh at me. I'm going to set 35mm to 0 because I'm guessing that this would be the default price to develop 35mm. Let's say 120 is an extra fee, and disposable camera is an extra $2 fee. So what this means is that if I select 120, the cost of it will be $8 plus $2. If I take 35mm, it'll be $8 plus $0. Okay, color profile. Color profile, color, so straight up color is going to be a $0 supplement because it is the implied base product. And then we're going to add, say, an additional $5 to develop in black and white. Do you want to include prints? Sure, but not in this case. So if they select no prints, it's 0. One set of 4x6 would be an additional $10, and 2 sets would be an additional $15, for instance. Okay, and since this is develop only, scan quality kind of doesn't make sense. So what we're going to do is leave this blank. By leaving it blank, it doesn't show up on the front end as an option. Okay, pretty cool beans. So develop and scan, what we're going to do is set the same price at 8, but then we're going to assume that standard resolution is also $8. So 8 plus 8 brings us 16. Standard resolution is 0. Everything else remains the same. 2, 2, 0, 5, 0, 10, 15. 0 here, we're going to add $5 for medium scan and $10 for large scans. And we've priced everything. So going back to the WebPIM method, man, it's going to take me a long time to price all of this. Okay?
That was easy.
This took me 2 minutes because blah, 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 blah. I keep talking to you, but I'm happy to be doing it. All right, so I'm going to save and close. And everything is priced and available online, accurate, no errors, thanks to the mass pricing table, which I originally forgot, and now I remembered it. All right, so I'm going to get back to the PowerPoint presentation.
Sure. So basically, Stephanie meant, let's say customer ordered the film development only and then changes mind and wants scan.
So what you could do is that you would want to send that customer an invoice for the difference of it. So I'm assuming that they reached out to you. Unified commerce concept, that customer is already inside of your database. So what I would do is that I would start a new order with that specific customer. I would create a custom product once and it'd be available forever after the fact, but I create a product that would be the difference between the two. So let's say it's an $8 difference. And then I can send an invoice to that customer by email. And all they have to do is accept the payment, pay online, and you'll get the notification. They will get the notification that they've paid. And I have a feeling that will pretty much solve the problem.
That's it.
Right.
From there, you can upload the file.
I mean, you can always create little SKUs, little custom SKUs inside of your
for all options in your POS.
Yeah, for all the options in your POS, exactly.
For these eventualities.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, that makes sense.
For what we call in français des imprévus.
That's it.
All right.
Someone asked if those are available through the kiosk.
Oh yeah.
That's a photo product.
Yep, it's a photo product.
So orders can be taken there as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Okay, let's get back into the PowerPoint presentation. Why did this model scale? Fewer products to manage. I don't know how many times I'm going to say that, but I think I brought it up like 20 times already. Centralized pricing logic, the mass pricing table I just showed you, and easy to expand with new service. We actually talked about this slide already. So film dev, scanning, restoration, video transfers, audio transfers. The key takeaways: take time, meditate on it, make sure that you have a nice plan of where you want to go. But don't forget that this system is very forgiving. Okay, so if you did make a mistake, fix it, and it's fairly simple. All right. As I mentioned, the options ensure completeness. That falls into structure first. Make sure you've thought about your options, and it's built to scale. Add more in-store products. Add more options. Just start doing it and build. All right. Okay. Now we're going to build work jobs.
Oh. Nice.
Nice.
Oh,
can't wait. All right. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to build the work jobs inside of my dakis. And then at the end, I'm going to tether it. Make sure I don't forget that. I'm going to tether it to a Photo Factory product after, right? To make sure that the two are talking to each other. That's it. Okay. And just imagine if you're using the WebPIM, broken record here, you'd have to do that workflow assign process many times. In this case, we're going to do it twice.
But still, for people who already got those services in their web store, can they tie it to the same workflow?
They can absolutely take the time and do it.
Okay. Workflows also applied on hard good products.
Yep, I mean, you could assign it to like all your hard goods and have some sort of process in place for your hard goods if you want to do that.
Can you guys think of other workflows you could add to a real hard good product or an online warranty or anything you sell through your web store that comes with some job to do?
Pop it in the Q&A. We'll get there.
Send it, because we're trying to think, but at some point you're better placed than us to think about something.
Okay. So why retailers should care about work jobs? Fewer calls. So you know how we're sliding from left to right, and you got that email notification? Well, maybe that like anxiety-ridden process of waiting for the film dev, like they won't call you about it because they got the email quickly, right? So they're going to feel better about that. It won't solve all the problems, but it'll solve a lot of them. Okay. Clear tracking. So it allows you to have a column where you can easily see where there's a bottleneck, for instance. So it allows you to track and say, hey, why is it taking a very long time for my orders to get scanned? Or why is there a bottleneck in developing, right? So there's that. And the auto updates, which also ties into fewer calls. The more that you drag it towards the left, the more the automatic updates go out, the less you have to worry about sending out personalized emails to each individual. Okay, the emails also are part of the customer journey, so you can customize them. You can customize the shell of the email that goes out, but you can also customize the meat of it within the work job workflow component, and I'll show you that in a second. Okay. Work jobs can be useful for film dev, scans, restoration, repairs and rentals. Repairs and rentals, that's something we can assign it to. Okay, yeah. Obviously, I thought about that and forgot about it. Yeah. Wow. So you can assign it to that. Again, Pat asked a very valid question. Where else would you assign it? That's our question to you. Okay, the benefits is that you define them once. You can actually edit them after the fact though, but you can define them once. They're reused consistently, so once you're comfortable with your workflow, you're going to get comfortable with it, dragging it left and right wherever you need it to be, or using that more global overview board that we showed you before, where you use the search filters. Okay, and the staff always knows what comes next, so that's cool. So that means that, you know, I assigned jobs previously in the demo to Anthony and to Matt. So Anthony and Matt, they'll go in, they'll log in as a dakis user, and they'll see exactly where their jobs are at and what they have to do to bring it to completion. Okay. Before I get to the tutorial on how to build work jobs, we're going to talk about the core definitions, like we did with the Photo Factory. So a work job is a structured, trackable service task used to manage any work that is not instant, such as film development, repairs, or restorations, or whatever you can think of, right? A workflow is a predefined sequence of steps that a work job moves through from intake to completion. The status is an individual step within a workflow that represents the current stage of a work job. Status category is a high-level grouping that classifies statuses into to do, in progress, or done. You got 3 columns. Where are you going to put your statuses? Okay, production time. Pretty self-explanatory. How long will it take to accomplish this task? So when the item is submitted, okay, there's going to be a start date and an end date, which would be 7 days later, 3 days, 4 days, as you defined here. You can change it. So let's takes a little longer for you to receive the film. You can change the delivery date. Okay, let's say there's a mail strike or something like that, and it takes a long time. You can switch it up. You can also edit the time, the delivery time, or the production time. Yeah, you can edit directly from the work job if there's such an event, like a postal strike. Okay. The work job board, that's a Trello style board that I showed you guys earlier. So it's a visual board style interface where work jobs move between statuses to provide clear internal visibility, and the customer notifications. Like, hey, I moved it left to right. Your film's been developed. Your images are uploaded, yada, yada, yada. Right?
John's asking a good question about the notification. Can someone opt out of these?
I don't think so.
No, probably not.
No, I don't think so.
Or it would take a fully different workflows because you do set your own.
No, that wouldn't really work, right? Because then it still fall into it anyways.
What else? Can you add some notes on these orders at the cart? Maybe?
Yes, there are places for notes.
For notes.
Yeah, that might be another webinar one day, another how-to, like the ins and outs of using the cart. Okay. Shall we do it?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Do it.
All right. Go. Let's get out of here. So I'll go back to my dakis. Excuse me. We're going to go back to the new interface. We're in the right account, which is dakis webinars. Perfect. Okay, Pat.
Yeah.
We're going to create some work jobs, man.
Good.
All right.
We've been talking about it.
We're going to go to settings. Okay, we're going to go to orders, and we're going to go to workflows. Okay, now I've already created film development, no scans. Okay, I'll give you a quick look at what that looks like. Order received, film received, scan and upload, and done with a capital O for some reason. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a workflow. So I'm going to do film development with scans. Okay, so film development. With scans, there you go. The production time, as I mentioned earlier, retailer told me that it takes a little longer to scan after you develop. I'm going to put in 7 days because I don't know any better. Create pro event. So here we are again with the pro event. It's film dev with scans. So what does that imply? It implies that we want to send the items to the pro event. Now, a little word for you guys: if you are not signed up to the pro event solution, this won't show up. So you need to be signed up to Pro Event to be able to see this little checkbox here. This guy will help you with that, okay? So we're gonna add our statuses now. So we have the 3 columns: to do, in progress, and done. To do generally is a place where you only stuff one status. It's the beginning, and done implies the end. In progress is everything in between. So we're gonna add a status that's gonna say film received, job received, sorry. There you go. Status category is going to be to do. I'm not going to send in a message. The reason why I'm not going to send a message is that the customer already completed the order, so they already got an email notification saying like, hey,
we got your order.
We got your order, man. So we don't really need to send a message. I'm going to save that there. Let's do the last one. Okay, done. And I'm going to call it done. Okay, status category is going to be done. And the message will be something like, here, I can just scan this here. Your film dev, I'm using a little scan gun to make things faster. Your film dev job is done. And now I'm going to fill out everything in between. Okay, so the name of this will be, this is the first one, receive film. So you got it by mail. The status category is going to be in progress. Yeah, this is something you're going to want to send an email for. So there you go. We have received your film, and we're going to save. There you go. See how that popped up there? Yeah, I got a little typo. It's bugging me. There you go. Okay. We're going to add another status. Received film would be developed film. There you go. This is going to be inside of in progress. We don't need to notify the customer that this is done. Okay, the next step is going to be scan and color correct. Sure, why not? That seems to make sense. The name is going to be scan and color correct. We're going to put this here in progress. No necessity to send out an email. And then upload images as statuses, name, upload images, status category will be in progress. Now you might think it's useful to add a message here, but it's not. The reason being that you're going to upload the image. You're looking at me strange, eh? The reason is that you're going to upload the images, all right? When you upload the images, on the top right of that screen, there's going to be a big send notification button. When you hit that button, it's associated to an automatically configured email that's inside of your customer journey. So you don't need to send a message here because the customer journey is already taken care of it.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Surprise. And send. We've done it. We've created our work job. All right. High five.
Yeah.
Good stuff. All right. There's one very important part, and that is going to be to tether the work job and this workflow to the Photo Factory template.
To the product.
Okay. So let me just save this. Okay. I'm going to go to gifts and products. I have, there's two ways I can go about it. I can click on edit, and if I want everything to fall into the same workflow, I can just select workflow here, and I can select film development with scans. So like I have film dev with scan and film dev without scan as products inside of this subcategory. So if I set it here, it's all going to use the film development with scans work job, workflow. It's not a problem because, I mean, if they fall into upload images, just bring them to the next step. But if you want to be a little more specific and use two work jobs for your film dev, you can go into the product level. You can select edit. We're in develop only right now. You can select the work job for it. Okay, this is film dev, no scans. And then you can select film dev with scans. I'm sorry, film dev with scans and save. And then, like as you saw inside of the demo, you're going to submit an order. It's going to be tethered to that workflow, and you're done.
That's it.
That's it. That's all. Merci, bonsoir. Cool. Excellent. Good
Very
stuff.
Cool. Very cool.
Very cool.
Very cool.
Wow. All right.
There's Phil Gresham wondering if the work jobs are included in the POS subscription. It's a good question, in fact, but
I would like to say yes, because it increases value to the POS. The truth is no. Everyone has work jobs.
exactly, it's already there. Like,
yeah,
as long as you got a web store or let's say an OPS subscription, it's already there. You can start using it now. And when you turn on your point of sales with dakis, obviously we're going to still carry the work jobs and the workflow.
Yeah, they carry on
well.
from one. Yes.
Just the difference is you're going to be able with the POS to take like over-the-counter orders instead of just online.
Yeah, and you saw me do that. Like, and the POS is going to be also good for taking canvas wraps at the counter. This is a okay. I'm going to go there. Okay. Let's say someone sends you an email. Okay, someone who's not comfortable using the online photo solution. They send you an email with a bunch of pictures inside of it, and they'd say, "Oh, I want 4x6s of all of these." Well, what you can do instead of like doing that type of work and then having an annoying workflow is that you can actually start a film print job, like from the standard Photominator, where you upload the pictures that they sent, you start a cart, you associate it to that customer, and then you send them an email saying, okay, great, I set it up for you, you can review and pay now.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty cool solution.
Mm-hmm.
So with the POS, it's pretty baller.
Yep.
Yep. Cool, that took a somewhat sideways track. All right, so let's go back into the presentation, if you don't mind, my friend.
I don't.
Good. So the key takeaways. It's one tool for production tracking. So again, like you're not going into another silo, you're centralized inside of the unified commerce platform, being the sum of the dakis products. Okay, many services are supported. By many, I mean unlimited. Do what you want to do with it. It's yours to discover. Okay, and you can start small and expand as needed. All right. That being said, ask me questions. Okay, I'm going to stop the screen share so we can just look at each other. All right.
So people, I'm going to just review all the questions.
Okay, while you're reviewing,
we filled them pretty much.
Okay, while Pat is looking through the questions, someone did bring up a question to me on the phone a while back, and that was about drop boxes. So after hours, a lot of you are going to have a drop box available to your customers, right? Where they can fill out maybe a form, and that they can stash that form inside of an envelope and put their film in it, put it inside the drop box, and voila, you've gotten your order. Challenge, have they paid for it? They haven't. You have to go collect the payment. The information is on a sheet. Is it accurate? Will you know that that letter is an A instead of an O? Is it an L or is it a T? It's unclear. If the order is submitted online, you would know. So my answer to that question is have your Dropbox by your store, have a QR code handy, right? The customer is going to come and they're going to scan the QR code on the side of the Dropbox, which will bring them to a page on your website with some instructions, right? The instructions being, hey, look, there's an envelope, grab it, write your order number on it after you've completed the order online. So the customer will go grab their phone, scan the order, complete their job, complete the payment. The order will fall into your queue. And then after that, they will grab the envelope, they will write their order ID on it, they will put the roll of film inside of there, drop it in the Dropbox, right? So that's a seamless solution. No contact between yourself and the customer, which is, I mean, from what I hear, well, not from what I hear, it's not something customers want. That's something, well, you being the customers, it's not something retailers want, it's something that customers want. Like, I mean, they want to order things like they'd order a salad on Uber Eats, right? So this kind of makes film dev that type of product.
Yeah.
Right. That's what I have to say about drop boxes. And that was a great question I got on the phone the other day.
Good question. Yeah.
Great question.
Yes. There's Phil saying the POS was long promised.
Long promised. What are you talking about?
It's there now. So get in touch. Obviously, there's some like rollout time. We have started like 10 projects now.
Yeah.
So we are taking orders, and
anybody should be contacting us now.
That's it.
About that. That's
yeah. Get to your place, reserve your spot in the queue.